Hello again, YouTube. It's been a while, and this is my project for the past, well, week or two or more, maybe a month. Um, if it's not obvious, it's a 3D printer. It's a Prusa Mendel with heated print bed, and I just barely got it running, or got it running and moving, but nothing's really calibrated. I'm using prompter face at the moment, but if I connect to the printer, I can get everything to at least twitch around. So printer is online, and I can move in the X and the Y and the Z. I don't know if it's moving at the correct increments because I haven't calibrated everything, obviously, but everything else seems to be working. The end stops are stopping, and oh wow, you can see their little IR lights. The Z stop is working, and then of course pretty sure the Y is working. My big concern here was the power supply I'm using, and I don't know if you can tell, it's a little 19 amp thing, and it's powering both the board and a Gen 6 board. I kind of going out on a limb on this being enough. I know the print bed can be anywhere from 10 to 15 or so from what I've read, and I mean, the board obviously varies for whether or not the motors are taxing it. So I'm hoping at any one time I'm not loading it more than 19. I don't know what will happen otherwise. The lights might kick a breaker or something in the apartment. And I'm also not entirely happy with the gauge I'm using. It should be fine for this. I mean, it's a really short length. It might as well be a chassis wiring. But if you were to compare this gauge and the gauge on the heat bed itself, you would notice that it's considerably different. This is probably like 12 and this is only like 18. But the print bed is warm considerably. I don't know about the extrusion head. I don't have any plastic in there at the moment. That is lying around here somewhere. Oh, it's up here. And the main thing stopping me is I don't have anywhere to put it. I didn't think about that at the time. So I'm not sure if I can just like maybe spool it somewhere or try to mount it kind of on like a little spindle. I'll have to throw something together. Hopefully it'll work. And I don't know if the mic's picking up that buzzing. I think it's coming from this motor. Kind of hard to triangulate, but if I do X motions, it changes. Yeah, so all the homing is working with prompter face, but if I try, it'll try to extrude if I tell it to, which is good at least, but I have no idea if it's trying to extrude 5mm or not. I doubt it. The wiring's a bit of a mess, but it's sort of what I could make do with at the time. At the last second, I don't know, I took on a lot of this project without fully understanding what I was doing. There was a lot of learning as I go. So there's a lot of stuff going on here which was last minute, like the wire gauges, that was not optimum, and more so just the powering of everything. I thought I was going to make it work with an extra ATX power supply I had laying around, and it was just simply an incredibly large task that I wasn't ready to take on. Nor did I have any of the right extra electronics with me at the time. In addition, I tried to get everything nice and level. That may or may not be still true. But focus. Most of the bubbles aren't too far off. I found it a bit of a pain because put the heated print bed on, and then you block the nut heads that you need to get at for adjusting how level it is. So basically what I ended up doing, it's not perfectly level because I decided to, I opted for levelness of the extruder head over relative to the I try to keep it pretty constant throughout. Shouldn't vary too much. I'm not sure how. I don't know, I just felt the need to get a video out just because I had it actually up and working. You know, I actually have no idea what I really am trying to say right now, just because I'm pretty excited that it's actually working and I have it in my possession. One thing I did change though was the kit I got it from came with the wires prearranged, and they were putting the Z motors in parallel, and with a little bit of searching, I guess parallel is easier, but it kind of ups the current draw and power draw. I mean, I'm not worried about power. This thing claims it can put out like 350 watts, which I don't think I'll get anywhere near. But I am concerned about current draw, obviously, since it's only 19 amps. So I had to kind of start shredding things and rewiring them in series, which is kind of weird because I guess it's yellow in, orange, or yellow in, and then red out. So you do yellow into here, red into the yellow on here, and then you do, is it the blue out of here to the red on here, and then, no, that's not right. I don't know, either way, they're in series now, which is hopefully much better on the power. This poor back panel here, and the people who source these parts to me, and they're just kind of being blocked. Of course it's down here too, so. I didn't know anybody who had a 3D printer, so I wasn't able to print any of these parts. But that's it for now. I'm already at like 8 minutes or so, thanks again for the time.